I was wandering around my small town lost in thought when I was then pulled out of thought with what appeared before me. It was a red brick shop, the likes of which I had no recollection of. I looked at the sign on the shop. The shop of unusual had painted on the sign. As I approached the shop doors, I got a pit in my stomach and weakness in my legs. I decided to continue on anyway. My curiosity won over my unease. I pushed open the shop door and a person stood at the cash register. My eye turned to a spot sign on the door counter. 110, order something unusual for someone. I walked over and asked him what that was. He replied that this is something which causes weird things to happen to the person that they deliver to. I asked if he knew what weird effects it had. He shrugged his shoulders and said, "I don't know." He also stated that the higher number, the more expensive and severe it is. With that out of mind for now, I searched the rest of the shop. The mirrors with packages caught my attention. I looked and saw the following written on the package in yellow letters: "Warning, do not stare into the eyes of the mirror." I wonder why you shouldn't, I thought. After exploring the store, I had lost interest and planned to exit the store. I was about to head out when I heard, "I would like to order a 10." And the cashier asked, "Who would you like to order this for and where do they live?" They then replied with my name and address, which sent chills down my spine. I turned around. What I spotted was someone at the counter with their back turned to me. I pushed open the door and got out. I dashed away from the shop of unusual, and a thought crossed my mind that gave me a slither of hope. Maybe if I stayed in a hotel instead of my home, it won't affect me. I went to the hotel that night and kept thinking about what if it doesn't work? That night, I got the question of whether it would work. When I saw my reflection in the mirror, except one thing was off. My reflection was sticking his finger out of the mirror. I quickly put up a towel in a fit of panic and covered up the mirror. I also made sure to hide any other sources that I could see my reflection from. The thought of my reflection sticking his finger out of the mirror filled me with dread to the core. I decided to try my luck with the internet. I found nothing. I caused the despair to run through me, as I had no idea what to do. I decided to head to the bathroom, and the sight that greeted me was one of pure terror. The towel on the floor of my reflection, smiling at me with his hand out in the mirror, waving at me. I jumped out. I felt something hit me. I looked down, and the object that hit me was a crumpled up piece of paper. I debated between picking it up or not. I picked it up hesitantly and picked it up and uncrumpled it to read, "You can't hide from your reflection."